G'day everyone. Alright, today we're going to have a look at ICM's 148 B-26K. This particular boxing comes with the pilots and the ground personnel. If you saw my bench update, I picked this up on a Black Friday sale and it was 40% off, so I couldn't refuse. This is the kit I've been wanting for a long time. Out of all the B-26s ICM do, this is my favourite, particularly for the Southeast Asian camouflage scheme. Alright, so they don't want you to get into the box. Oh, come on. New blade, very sharp. Now, this will be every one of their kits. I can never get them out. Oh, come on. Sweet Jesus. Don't make your lid so tight. Alright, grab all this out. Bang. Oh, that's the way to go. I'm having a good run with this one. Alright. So, what do we got here? Some weapons decals. That's for the weapons. This is for the crew. Alright. Let's see what else can go wrong. Paint callouts. So ICM, because they do their own range of paints these days. And you've got some Revell callouts, missing a couple, and you've got Tamiya's as well. Alright, so you can see by all these the parts that aren't being used. So quite a lot, and you've got heaps of spares. And again with the clear parts, obviously like I mentioned, they do heaps of B-26s, so they must just print the basic, inject the basic sprues and add the other sprues required for different variants, but a lot of the parts you don't use. Alright, so this is different. We're starting in the bomb bay. Bomb bay and the bulkheads on the interior of the wall, a bit of wall up in the nose section, instrument boxes going on and in. You got wing spars for your couple of the bulkheads, which is nice. And then step 12, you're into the cockpit section. So the center instrument panel with the control levers and engine levers, whatnot, and the floor yoke, rudder pedals. You have decals for the instrument panels. So then you're into the cockpit area going in, another section going to the fuselage half there. Get a clear part going in for the window there, and another internal part, clear part right up on the tail. Another insert on the nose there on the starboard side. The bombs going in. You're on to control surfaces, so you're on the rear, the tail, and the stabilizers, the rudder, and then the nose with all those big cannons. You'll need 40 grams of nose weight. It's quite substantial, isn't it? Onto the wings. Control surfaces, wingtip tanks. So it's nice and laid out. Yeah, the right wing, left wing. Wings going on. And onto the engine nacelles and the landing gear bays. Again, it's well laid out, so it's not compacted that you're struggling to see what's going on. Your left engine nacelle, and your right engine nacelle, engine cowl going on, and then the engine's going on to the model. Your belly plate, oh sorry, no, rooftop, the spine. Some holes being drilled here with some measurements. So 9.24 millimeters in from the edge and 1.85 millimeter in from the other edge and 5 mil from the edge. They're all the same size, 0.8 millimeter hole. And by the looks of it, we're drilling another hole in the canopy section. You got the rear glass piece going on there. Then we're on the belly, so you got the back, the rear end has a plate going on section, and you're on to landing gear. And then the engines, so you get a bit of detail out of the box for the engines. So it's just ×2 for all that. So if you wanted to, you could probably leave one of the, if you wanted to just show that detail, you could leave the cowl off. So then you have a maintenance crew with it, ground crew. Cowl flaps. And the bomb bay, so if you want to display all that work you did, you've got the option to have them open, or you can use a different piece to have it closed. If you're having it closed, you wouldn't need to have worried about doing all the bombs and everything. All the antenna pitos going on. So some of these were where those holes were drilled going in. That was the one on the main canopy. And weapons pylons and propellers. Alright, so they're giving you a layout of what you can put on the pylons, and it's okay. Is that the BLU? Is that napalm? I think, I could be wrong. Mark 82s. You got two options there, Mark 81 low drag or rocket pod, and a multiple ejection rack on the outer, or launching the rocket launching pods. So you got a bit of option how to display it. This is something I would be looking up images of the Vietnam War or the B-26K in the Vietnam War, and trying to get some shots to give me ideas of how I would load it up. We got, if you want to sit there and cut them out, I don't see the point, but if you put your tape over it, cut it out, and then you use that as your mask. But it's just as easy to tape it on the clear part and cut around it, but that's me. Or buy a mask set. It's quite a bit to it. You might want a mask set. I would imagine you can get one for it. And then you got the your colour call outs and the that's not actually your decal, that's just the colour call out, and images of your antenna lines where they run to. So there's 1, 2 and 2 vertical, so 4 bits of easy line. So this is, what do we got here? Mighty Mouse, Sweet 3. So the different names, are they the same? No, they are actually different camouflage schemes. Similar, but from what I can see different patterns. So, and then the last one there. Very nice. Alright, so this is the added extra sprue for the crew, and the call outs. So you be able to use those guys if you wanted to have the engine open. And this is your weapons instructions. So the rocket pods, the napalm canisters, and your Mark 81s, multiple ejection rack, and Mark 82s, snake eyes and low drag. I'm not sure what those what are those ones? Dummy one. Anyway, they're there. Oh yeah, napalm. So all your decal placement and colour call out. This, pretty sure I've got it. I think you can get this set, just buy it at the weapon set from ICM. Pretty sure I have that. Alright, so you got the weapons markings. They all look nice. And the aircraft markings, and no stencil data, yay. So instrument panel, not too bad for a decal, so better than nothing. Like I said, you can probably get aftermarket for it. Alright, let's have a look. Just grabbing them. So on top, this is your crew. So I'd imagine this is something they sell separate as well. Not too bad for plastic injection. Alright, I'm just going to grab this on top. See clear parts are in there. Buried. Hopefully not scratched. Alright. Alrighty. So wings. Typical ICM, you've got all the panel lines but no rivet detail. Some of the hatches have them. You got internal, the gear bay there under the cell, so thankfully there's no ejection pin marks in that area. Alright, there should be. Alright, so there's 2 of these. Let's have a look at one. We are not using those propellers. Should be the squared off ones. So all your engine parts is actually not too bad for plastic injected. build up. It should build up quite nice, paint it up. Wheel hubs. Remember, a lot of this is not being used. Like those bombs that were on that one, I doubt they look like World War II ones, but right. So you got some of the control surfaces, internals for the cockpit. Again, they got nice bit of raised detail going on. So nicely represented out of the box. Part of your main instrument panel there. Some of your landing gear. Nose. Your doors there got internal details. And again, they've managed to avoid using ejection pins on them, so that's nice. Alright. The wing spar section, bulkheads. That should be the top, I think, was on the top. It has ejection pins, but you won't see them. See that? It's on top. This is the weapons, the separate weapons pack, which would be all the Vietnam era. And the sway braces are actually nice. After I did that Hobby Boss A7, they were huge. That looks more realistic, these ones. Alright. Yeah. So we got other, here we go, this is the propellers for this version. You've closed bomb bay. So let's go back. Alright, so this sprue, I'm guessing we're not using that wing or that section. No, hang on. Yeah, some of that won't be used because we'll be using this one for the pylons, weapons pylons, and that would be the bomb bay door for this version. So it's different. It's got different panels on it, and that piece is also different. So the other one was for World War II one, I'd say, with the turret on the top. So when I take photos at the end, I'm going to take photos of everything that's in the kit. So like we saw at the beginning, a lot of that is not used. So here's your pylons. They're two halves. Oh man, it's muggy. Alright, the stabilizers, cockpit floor. I'll do them last scene. I've got so that's the other wing for this particular build, and your wingtip tanks are on there, and that was the instrument panel we would be using for this kit, not the one I showed earlier. And fuselage, and some big old chunky tires. Unfortunately, they're not molded with weight on wheel, and they have no tread pattern on them. This would be something I'd be looking for aftermarket wheels for it, because they're so big, easily seen. You want, well, I would personally, I would like to see the tyre tread pattern and the manufacturer on the side and that, but that's me, personal taste. I'm sure look fine with the kit ones. Another cockpit floor, so they're everywhere. Geez, you can nearly build another aircraft. Alright, last bit is our key parts. So, as mentioned, one of them was not being used. I'm going to guess that's the one you don't use, but I could be wrong. Wing lights. I think they're the little ones in the rear end. They're nice and clear anyway, and they're nicely done, no scratches. Even though they were bagged separate, they were still floating around in that pack. I can see a mark on there, but can't feel it. It's very slight. Alrighty, very nice. It's yeah, for myself it'd be something like I said, some aftermarket wheels would be the first thing I would be going for, and maybe, I don't know, maybe some of the cockpit, depends how much you're seeing there, but otherwise it's really nicely done. Alright, still photos to follow. Thanks for watching.